Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and I wanted to talk about the five love languages and which ones would fit the INFP personality type. I'm going to just talk about my own, but how I can also see other INFPs relating to each one. Um, I my highest language would be quality time, and I think that it would be for most people out there, especially INFPs. I think that quality time is one of our highest. It's one of our highest love languages because we just want to appreciate the people that we love with a lot of time, and that's the most important gift that you can give anyone. Is your full attention, doing things with that person and being talking to that person, getting to know that person. It requires a lot of time, and by time it implies effort. I think that for me, like somebody clearing out their schedule for me is like the best thing that you could do, and I really like that. I would say that my number two would be words of affirmation, which might be a controversial one for INFPs because a lot of INFPs don't like compliments and find a lot of words of affirmation as not genuine. But I do find it really, it warms my heart, and I feel a bit choked up when it actually is genuine words of affirmation. So I would say that those two are my top two. Then comes the ones that are less my taste, and I think in general less of an INFP's taste, but I can see INFPs liking these as well. We all like all five things, it's just in different degrees. And sometimes the way that we give out love, usually the way that we give love is the same as the way that we want to receive love, but sometimes it isn't. So I'm not very good at giving out words of affirmation, even though I like them for myself. I'm a bit shy about giving out words of affirmation. Quality time, I'll give that to another person, and I expect that back, even if not in the same degree. But so I won't compromise on that. But I don't need to be around somebody who will compliment me, or affirm me as much. But it's still like a great bonus for me. Other things, so I think that my number three or four, well, all of the three last ones are pretty much on the same level. They're all important, but less for me. It would be acts of service is one, which I guess I appreciate more and more as I get older, but that I find sometimes it's nice when somebody does something for you, so you don't need to do it yourself, and it saves you a lot of pain. And if they're able to do it better than you or faster than you because they're better at it, then I'd say go for it. If it's something that takes them a lot of effort and would take me less effort, sometimes I'd question, like, why would you do that? But in general, not really high up my list. I think it's higher up, like an SJ list. I know that a lot of SJs show their love by doing stuff for me, and so I try to appreciate that. I think I underappreciate it, so I make a conscious effort to like see all of the stuff that they do for me. Like my dad, the way that he shows his love is basically by providing the financial structure for my life, like helping me out with my finances. So, and like it's the T, he's an ISTJ. So that's the way that he chose his love. He doesn't give many words of affirmation. He's not, if we come to the next one, he's not into a touch. So, but he is into quality time. He does spend time for us, but mostly the way that he shows his love is through acts of service. So he'll buy my plane ticket, or like I will pay for the plane tickets, but he'll like look up all of the possible planes to get to the cheapest one, and he will do all that work of analyzing and stuff because he's so much better and like interested in that kind of thing. He knows that for me it's much harder, so he helps me out in that way. So that's the way that a lot of SJs, I see my ISFJ friend do that too, that he'll like help out with, like he'll do the cooking so that I don't need to, or like if he sees that I'm down. So I see those kinds of things. Then, so the next one is touch, which is also a little bit of a controversial one because some people, so I don't do a lot of acts of service. Sorry, we have to stay a little bit on acts of service. I don't do it that much, but I do it at times if I really see that somebody's struggling with something and that I can do the job easier for them, then I will. Okay. But it's not my regular way of showing love, because I am not an SJ and most of the world is kind of difficult for me to navigate. So usually I'm the one that people think needs the acts of service. But so next one is touch, shows of affection through touch. And I think a lot of us have a hard time with touch, but some of us might like it. For me, I like hugs from certain people, and I really do love those hugs. But too much cuddling, too much tapping me on the shoulder, too much rubbing, too much touch and getting into my personal space can feel a little bit uncomfortable. And I see like extroverted types usually are the ones who do a lot of the touch stuff, especially if they're feeling extroverted and feeling types. So I think that is a big thing for extroverted types, and they don't understand why introverted types might feel a little bit shying away from that. But I do appreciate hugs, but I know that a lot of people don't. So it depends on the other person's love language. If that person really loves hugs, and then I'll give them a hug back and it will be fine. But if it's somebody who doesn't like hugs, I'll try to initiate a hug, but then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and then I won't try it again, I know some are introverted people who I literally have only hugged once and found out that it was a bad idea, and so I stopped. In France, you do la bise to greet somebody, like you kiss them on the cheek, and I never initiated that. I was not French in that way. I just I didn't like doing that as a child either. You were forced to like kiss everybody on the cheek, and I hated when my grandparents would come and kiss me on the cheek and they would be all slobbery. I just didn't like it. So touch is a little bit of a controversial one. I do like hugs, but I don't like anything else. And I don't like any kind of hug. So I'm pretty particular about that one. And I think other INFPs are too. And the last one is gifts. And I wouldn't say it's maybe my last one on the list. I do like receiving a good, well thought of gift that is special to me. And I'm not that good at choosing gifts, but when I do choose a good gift, I think that the people appreciate it. So I wouldn't say that it's like high up on my list. You don't have to give me gifts, but it does make me happy when I have a gift that really like shows that you understand me. So I got a gift, or like, you know, my dad, for example, would buy me practical stuff. And my ISFJ friend will buy me my birthday meal or that kind of thing. But when and like that is appreciated, but that counts a little bit more as an act of service rather, because it's just about money. But when it's a real gift, like something that's thought out, then I like that is given in the form of a gift. This is a little bit more special. I like that. But yes, not nearly as high up my list as quality time, and even words of affirmation goes above the gift thing. Because I like sometimes the words are more important than the physical stuff in my mind. So like words of affirmation are kind of a gift in word form. You know, like you could think of anything as like a gift. But physical gift giving and receiving is a little bit less on my top priorities. So tell me what you guys think. What are your love languages? Do your love languages correspond in terms of giving and receiving? Maybe you have something I haven't thought of. So have a great day. Bye.